Hey guys, assalamu alaikum, it's Jenny. Welcome back to my channel. It is pastel season, officially pastel season. I think it was actually pastel season a couple of weeks ago, but I'm now sharing my pastel video with you guys. I already have one up on my channel where I used foil. This time I'm going to be using some banana leaves. So it's all about pastel in today's video. So let's talk about all the ingredients that we will need to make pastels. Let's start off by talking about that filling. The filling can be chicken, it could be beef, it could be soya, whatever meat you want to use, you can go right ahead and use it as the filling. I'm going to be using chicken and also going to be doing some beef as well. Apart from the mincemeat, we will also need some green seasoning, important in any Trini food. Any Trini dish, we must include that green seasoning. We're also going to be using some salt, some black pepper. You can use some of the all-purpose seasoning if you want in there as well. Other ingredients that you'll need for the filling includes olives, raisins, capers. Now let me just tell you guys, I am not a fan of any of those three ingredients I just called out there, but it's always up for debate. Some people say pastels will never be the same without the capers, the olives, and the raisins. So if you are like me though, you don't like any of them, feel free to eliminate them. Ruku is one of the ingredients that many people would say is a must when making pastels. Now, ruku isn't something that I was able to get my hands easily on. Thankfully, Bilkis, one of my neighbors, gave it to me, so I was very much thankful for that. So I got to use some of it. It is plant-based. But if you don't have the ruku, you can actually use tomato paste or ketchup, which is what I do sometimes when I don't get the ruku available. So we have the filling covered. Let's talk about that cornmeal or corn flour outer layer now. So pastel really is about that cornmeal or corn flour. Now I'm saying cornmeal or corn flour because if you watch my baby video, I gave a little explanation of cornmeal and corn flour. So we tend to use the words interchangeably. But the corn flour is the fine one that we should really be using. Whatever you're calling it, the point is just make sure that when you look at the package for that cornmeal or corn flour you're going to be making pemi or even the pastels, make sure it says very fine, because it will not come out as smooth as it really should come out when you're making the pastels and the pemi. So apart from the cornmeal or the corn flour, get your hands on some butter and some vegetable oil. And last but not least, let's talk about those banana leaves that we have to actually wrap the pastels with. So these are frozen banana leaves that I actually purchased at the supermarket. When I tell you guys, they have everything readily available for us. It makes life so much easier. So I got my hands on those, and that's what I'm going to be using in this video. It saves me from actually going to get the actual leaf and then run it over the heat and all of that stuff. So it's cut and ready to use. To start off making your pastels, you're going to start off by cooking that minced meat. So in some olive oil in a pan, all you're going to be doing is adding that seasoned minced meat to the pan and let it cook. Now because it's minced meat, it will not take long at all. So while it's cooking, adding more of that green seasoning, taste and adjust, add your salt, add your black pepper, and adding that ruku or that tomato paste or ketchup. So what I usually do sometimes is actually put that meat into a food processor to make sure that it comes out very fine. Now when I do this, it helps when I'm filling the pastels because it makes it easier to work with rather than having chunks of that meat in there. So I like to put it into the food processor, mince it up, make sure it's nice and smooth, and then I add in the olives, the capers, and the raisins. Sometimes what I also do is actually crush up those olives, raisins, and capers a little bit so that I won't be biting into chunks of the raisins. If you want to, you can go right ahead and do that as well, but I prefer to just mince it up just a little bit. If you don't have minced meat, guess what? You can actually use regular meat. When you cook your meat, chicken or beef, whatever it is, you can just put it into the food processor, mince it up a little bit, and season it up, add your tomato paste or add your ruku to it, and you have your pastel filling. So you don't only need to use the minced meat. Whatever you're using, just make sure try to get it as fine as possible. So while the minced meat is cooking, you can work on that cornmeal or corn flour mixture that we will need. So to a bowl, just combine the butter with that cornmeal or that corn flour. Use your hands, break up that butter into small pieces and get it nicely incorporated in there. Add a little bit of salt, and then in goes some warm water. Now the full list of ingredients can be found on my website, so you guys can use that as a reference. Now when you're adding that water, you will probably say, well, this is real water for that amount of corn flour or cornmeal. But it will soak it up. It will just absorb it all, and you don't want to have your dry pastels. So add water accordingly, and if you see too much water in the bowl, don't be afraid or don't get worried. It will be absorbed by that corn flour or that cornmeal. So once you have your mincemeat ready and you have your cornmeal or your corn flour mixture ready, now it's time to put together the pastels. So we're going to start off by putting one of those banana leaves onto your counter. Take some of that cornmeal or corn flour mixture in your hand. Now the size will depend on how much, how big or how small you want your pastels to be. So I leave that up to you guys. So once you have it in that nice smooth ball there, you're going to then dip it into some of that oil. Place it onto the banana leaf. Then I'm going to place another leaf on top of it, and using a bowl or any flat surface something, I'm going to press it down to get it all nice and flat and round. Now I don't have a pastel press, so of course you have to improvise sometimes and use what you have on hand. So the bowl actually does it perfectly. Once you have that done, you're just going to be placing about 2 tablespoons of meat. Of course it can be more, it can be less depending on your pastel size. I'm going to place it in the middle of that cornmeal or corn flour mixture there. And then you're carefully just going to fold it from each side. Make sure that it forms that nice pastel shape. So I usually fold it one side, right side, left side, up and down. And you can use your hand to, make sure you get that nice pastel shape. And then you're just going to fold over your leaf. Make sure that pastel is secure in there. And you're going to set it aside. Usually for this part, you would normally use cotton string to tie it and hold it together. Unfortunately, I don't have cotton string, but if you checked out the Pay Me video, I did use these other, still I can't remember exactly what you can call it, but it holds it properly and you can use it for baked chicken and all of that too. And I got that from a little viewer by the name of Kabi. I'm not using any in this one though, and that is because I'll be steaming the pastels. We'll talk about that when we get to that in a little bit. So if you want to use the banana leaves, and you don't have the cotton string or anything to tie it, you can leave them without it and steam it. Now let's just say you prefer to actually boil it, and by that I mean put it into a pot of water while it's boiling to cook it through. You would want to make sure that the pastels are properly secured. So what you can do is wrap it in the banana leaves and then wrap that and secure it with foil, and you're good to go there. Or you can actually, if you don't have banana leaves, you can actually just wrap it in the foil, secure it properly, fold it up properly, and you're good to go. The banana leaves tend to add more moisture to your pastel, so that is usually the preferred method. So like I said, I prefer to steam mine, so into a steamer they go for about 20 minutes or so, and when they're finished, this is what your pastel look like. Just amazing, mouth-watering deliciousness. So usually this holiday season is all about the pastel with your chicken and your chow chow and all of that. I do have a video up on chow chow. You guys can check that out. I know a lot of people like to actually eat pastels with their chow chow, so you can check out that video as well. If you've never made pastels using those banana leaves, go get your hands on some and try them out. They're actually not hard to work with at all. So try wrapping it. You don't even have to wrap it. Get a steamer, put it in there, or you can wrap it in the foil to secure it. Either way, just try making pastels if you've never made them before. Be sure to also check out all my other holiday videos that I have up. I did the peony, I did some corn, I also have that chow chow, and I have a couple others like roasted chicken up as well. So you guys check out all of those videos. I really hope you guys enjoyed this pastel video. Comment down below, let me know if you guys have any questions, or even let me know your fan of raisins, Cape Buzz olives. I know many people might say yes, but if you're like me and you don't like them at all, comment down below, let me know. Before I end off, I just want to say thanks so much to Chic Ideas for this holiday inspired or holiday colored top that I am wearing. Be sure to check them out. They're located in Charlie Village, Trinidad. I will post the information down below. You can check them out on Instagram, Facebook, and their website also is up where you can actually shop on their website. Convenient shopping. As always, guys, thanks so much for watching. Always very, very much appreciated. I will see you guys in my next video.